Here we go. Here we go. It's another Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Yay. It's a happy hump day. How are you out there in Facebook land? Never land. Facebook land. Yay, yay, yay. How's it going? I'm pushing all the buttons and checking to see where things are showing up. This screen and that screen and this computer and that computer and this laptop. Oh, looks like it's going. So I'll get to be able to maybe look at comments. I hope you will join me and put in some comments and questions, and we can have a dialogue. Wow! Imagine that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy hump day. I am Dr. Valerie Renee Shepard. I'm coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, where we define self-mastery as mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever that beautiful life brings your way. I don't know why I said that with a southern accent, but hey, whatever your life brings your way, whatever your life brings your way. Self-mastery has 3 pillars. It's rooted in self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-love. They ensure that you are able to create the happiness, the joy, the confidence, the courage, the harmony, the sweetness. I love juicy deliciousness in my life. The juicy and deliciousness that you desire and deserve. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are joining me live, please type in the chat what your name is, where you're from, and what time of day it is where you are. I want this event to be global. So if we're reaching you in a global experience, where are you and what's going on there? And thank you very much for joining. It is my delight to be here with you. If you're watching on the replay, boom, boom, hashtag replay, and tell us the same stuff. We still want to know. And this is my personal invitation to you to join the Bliss Collective, which is a private group on Facebook. We are a community on a mission to create a movement for more peace, love, and joy on the planet, starting with ourselves, right? Peace is not a geopolitical peace. It's really about the peace within us. I could talk about that with some things going on in the world today, but that's not my purpose today. So the idea is that as you shift yourself, your healing changes the world. Good morning. I see you out there. I'm not really good at seeing exactly who you are out there. So type in and I'll figure out if I can see your comments. I'm so grateful to have you with me. So the whole idea is that your healing changes the world. So as I create more peacefulness in Dr. Valerie, then everywhere I go, there's a tad bit more peacefulness. And if, as a ripple effect, just the energy within me emanates to others, just emanates, boom, people are like, wow, she's awful peaceful. And they might not even call it peace. They might notice something about me that they feel is interesting, different, inviting, spilling over, aspirational, inspirational. Then the ripple effect is created from one heart to another heart. The divine is never more joyful than when 2 hearts close the distance between each other. That's not a very great, thank you for the hearts. That's not a very great reciting of a quote by Joan Borisenko, but I love that quote. When 2 hearts come together, and we can do it. We can do it. We can. We have the power within us. We are causal nature. We are causal beings. And as a causal being, why not test your causal and effect? Like, let's go do it. What do we have to lose? There might be love breaking out all over the place. Oh my gosh, what a great thing that would be. So we're a community, the Bliss Collective. We're a community on a mission. We're facebook.com/groups, the Bliss Collective. Facebook.com/groups/the Bliss Collective. Come and play with us so that we can be this ripple. And we have this cool thing on Fridays called Ask Dr. Valerie. And so you can ask me a question about stuff going on in your life, and I'll do my best to answer. And I'm not giving you the one and only truth. I am giving you answers from my perspective, from my book, from the things that I've done that I know have worked in my life. Thank you so much. I love the hearts and the stars and the yellow clover, green clovers, whatever. Thank you so much. Lets me know that you're with me. So I will feed you as much as I possibly can with some wisdom. Maybe it enlightens you to know, to have an answer come from within. Maybe it triggers something for you to go deeper. Maybe it it triggers something and you say, you know what, I think I'm going to ask for help. I would love to be the one that helps you. It doesn't have to be me. There is help for you all over this planet. I'm happy to be a catalyst, and I have introduced people who have asked me questions to people who can help them. So it's all about the mission. It's not about, you gotta talk to me. It's about the mission. What's the mission? Self-mastery that supports people to grow into bliss, that creates more love, light, peace, joy, freedom, harmony, tolerance all over the planet. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. When you apply the teachings, I'd love to know about it. So if you could post, hey, I tried that thing you said about breathing, or I tried that thing you said about meditation, or I tried that thing you said about heart-centeredness, and this is what happened. Now, what's beautiful about that is I get to know that the things I'm doing are helping, so I know where to put more energy and effort. And more importantly, other people get to see your experience. That's how we're in a community. We support and serve one another. So your own blah, blah, blahing about your experience helps others go, that was my experience. Or, wow, I'm not the only one. Or, yay, someone's doing it with me. We are in community. It would be lovely to hear from you. We're not traveling alone. And sometimes, especially in this day and age, it can feel like that's exactly what's happening. So jump on in, get those typing fingers going. And lastly, with the announcements, we have our second running of the Grow in Self-Mastery, Flow into Bliss 7-day challenge to have more ease, more peace, and more joy. So this month's challenge starts on Sunday, the 20th, and it's another free challenge, 7 days of teachings and practicings to help you grow in self-mastery and to see what more is possible with you behaving as the causal nature in your life, you understanding the truth of who you are, you making conscious, creative, connected choices to serve yourself and deliver yourself into a deeper place of love, peace, joy, and freedom. So come on in, join the challenge. You can register at tinyurl.com/self-mastery challenge. tinyurl.com/self-mastery challenge. I look forward to welcoming you and seeing you in the private challenge forum. Yay. So today's topic is a big one. How can I keep faith in the tween times? Faith in the tween times. And when I look back on my life, there's a way that I could see it as everything is a tween time. There were these blips of, and I talk about this in my book, there were blips of happiness, which I, in retrospect, am calling excitement. They aren't the true happiness that I talk about today. I saw them as, woo, yay! And then somewhat quickly, the woo and the yay kind of dissipated. And then I was in this tween time. And even if the woo and the yay was like a weekend, so there was a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday of woo, yay, there's the tween time. And it didn't mean that the next Friday there would be more of the woo, yay. It often seemed like there was less woo, yay and more tween. Less of the woo-hoo-hoo, awesome, yay, look what I did, look what's happening, yay, look what's coming. And a lot more of the Yeah, I can feel it even connecting to that, those kind of weary times, those, I wouldn't say desperate times. And I wasn't depressed. I don't feel like I was depressed, but there were times when it just didn't feel good. And I feel like I've been impatient most of my life. Are you a patient person or an impatient person? Neither one's good or bad or right or wrong. It's just knowing where we are. And we may cycle through each one. I'm very clear. My big deal is impatience. I've always wanted it right now. And as soon as I wanted it, I wanted the next thing. A big emptiness that nothing would fill. And I will tell you, there have been times when I've been really concerned about that. Like, am I ever going to be satisfied? And here's the reason why it's important in those tween times not to be flitting about, feeling like nothing's working and we're in the wrong place. Impatience has done that with me, made me feel like I was in the wrong place. So what did I do? I jumped ship. And so now there are things what maybe I should have stayed there. Wonder how things might have been different. So the whole idea is knowing that that's where you are, and how do you double down on faith? How do you accept yourself as, okay, my impatient voice wants me to pay attention to it. So let me hear what it's trying to tell me. There may be some wisdom, there may be some guidance in there that's really appropriate for this moment. And this comes from self-mastery, right? This comes from your ability. You have mastered your ability to get a superiority, not control, superiority over the things that come up from within. And they're going to keep coming. Why? Because your life is happening for you, not to you. And the way your life lets you know that is it tries to speak to you from within. And I talk in my book about my life always being there, calling me. My higher wisdom was always calling me. It was always calling me. Yours is always calling you. The thing is, are you discerning enough to hear the voice that is your higher self and separate it from the voice that is the not self or the false self or the lower consciousness of you, the past, the wounds, the unhealed, conditioned patterns of behavior, conditioned patterns of thought, conditioned patterns of perspective, the way you see things, the way you interpret things, the way you react to things is showing you where you're disconnected from your higher self. And how are you getting into relationship with those situations, those times, those aspects of you? They're not things we want to just throw off and say, "Ew, you're not me." No, the false self, the wounded self, the abandoned self, the separate self is us. It's just us acting from, inspired by an unhealed state. The ego in separation. The unhealed state. And what we're determined to do, what I invite and encourage you to be determined to do, what I am definitely encouraged, is what I am definitely committed to doing in my own experience, my own existence, my own expression of myself into my life as divine energy manifesting here and now. I am committed to continually evolving the personage that I am in this moment, the personality, the integrated human spiritual self that I am. I'm committed to showing up in the highest vibration possible. In order to do that, I have to heal, forgive, and release the parts of me that aren't that. Steps 1 and 2 in my book: wake up to the truth of who you are, forgive, and release whatever is not aligned with that. So growing impatient is a message from inside you that might be letting you know. For me, it was letting me know that there's an empty cup, and to understand where that empty cup is coming from, and to figure out what it means to have a full cup. Is it really because all those things out there are going my way? Is it really because I got the job, got the promotion, got the love of my life, moved to my dream house, had my dream car, can buy expensive champagne? Have I got the right jewelry on? Am I wearing the coolest clothes? Am I going on vacation? Am I having good friends? Are we going out to party? All of that stuff is spectacular. More of that, please. I'll have more of everything on that list. And yes, and I'll have everything on that list in abundance. And none of that can come and stay without the highest vibration being evolved and cultivated on my inner plane. Compassion, tolerance, peace, love, joy, expectancy, safety, divine connection, silence, quiet, gratitude, trust, compassion. Did I say that? Compassion has been a major growth place for me. Compassion for myself. So I've been impatient. And then the dreams would appear. I used to be more of a full-time Screen Actors Guild pursuant actress, doing little pieces here and there, and I loved it. Really, really loved it. And when the auditions would come, it was like, woohoo! And then when the parts came and the opportunities came, that was like another woohoo. And in between, I was not able to keep this positive energy that I'm talking about, to stay in this space of faith in the tween times. And I'm getting so much better at it now. I'm so happy and proud of myself. I can notice that I'm in a much higher level of faith and trust in what do we have faith and trust in? So in my realm, in the space that I occupy as a spiritual teacher, for me, the faith and trust is in the divine, is in a higher power that I call unconditional love. I also refer to as God, whether that's a masculine or a feminine. I consider it a neutral energy, neither masculine or feminine. I definitely don't see it as a white male. So the higher power of my life, that is the divine energy in, through, around, and as me, and in every single thing in the universe, that energy is what I'm having faith in. The spiritual laws of the universe, that's what I'm having faith in. The teachings that the universe operates on, spiritual laws, one of them being as within, so without, love, reflection. So within me, when I create the conditions for good to be, then good shows up outside me. And so as I've been practicing and exploring and seeing the results, measuring the results from the practice, if you want your life to be different, you have to be different in that life. You have to be a different contributor to your life. You have to breathe a different expression as you into your life. It's not going to come from out there. It's not going to change. It can't. It can't. So growing in self-mastery is a recognition that you are causal nature. Wow. So when you think of cause and effect, I'm the cause to the effect that I see, rather than being at effect to all those causal things out there. Somebody who likes me, somebody who doesn't. Somebody who helped me, somebody who wouldn't. A situation over there that, quote unquote, makes me angry. Injustice, angry people, stingy people, all the judgments we can have on out there put you at effect. Meaning All you're doing is acting out, reacting to what the world is doing. You're kind of floating in the wind, and you have no power to create that which is specifically, unequivocally, undoubtedly, forever supposed to be yours. Now, somebody said, an English theologian, Thomas Fuller, is credited with saying, it's always darkest before the day dawneth. In the 1600s, he's recorded as the first person to ever say, it's always darkest before the day dawneth. That's not a truism. It has to do with emotions, and it has to do with how we can feel that the darkest moment that happens is before the light. In true scientific basis, that's not true. The night sky is the night sky. The stars are shining the way they're always shining, no matter what. And if we get out, when we get out of the cover of all the artificial light that we are blasting into the universe with our electricity, when we get out into nature in the pitch black night, there isn't a moment where it's darkest right before the dawn. No, it's really dark at midnight. It's pretty dark at midnight. And so consider this, and I love this perspective. My buddy, Joel Osteen, I loved this perspective. At 11:59, you might be in the night. The last couple minutes of a day, and it might be a day when you're impatient like me, frustrated, wondering, is my good ever going to show up? I have done that. And for me, it's been about my body healing, and it has felt like a very long time. And I'm an athlete, so I've had knee injuries, ankle injuries, finger injuries, shoulder injuries. I've had injuries, and they healed much faster than the healing of my brain in this moment. And so I'm always like, ah. But consider this. At 12:01, you've entered a new day. 11:59, it was the old day. 12:01, it's the new day. Does the sky look any different? No. It's still dark when you've entered the new day. And what I love about this perspective is this whole idea that things can be on their way without your ability to see them, to discern them. To know that my dawn is breaking, even though it looks no different from yesterday when the storm was raging. My dawn is breaking, even though it looks no different from yesterday when that storm was raging. Can you feel that? It's like, aha. It's like, oh yeah. My troubles, my failures. It's okay to fail. It's teaching you something. My problems that I can't solve. Come on, brain, I can't solve it. My disappointments, my debilitations, my sadness, my weariness, my anger, my frustration. None of that can stop you from your good unless you choose to walk away, because those things have appeared. Some of our opportunities for growth are dependent on those things happening. Hear this at the deepest level. Take a deep breath. Exhale and allow this into your bones. Some of the deepest, hardest, darkest situations and times in our lives are creating the awareness, the understanding, the growth opportunity that is crucial to the next gift, the next blessing, the next upside, the next, oh, I'm so excited, the next magnificence in my life might be dependent on the very fact that this body has not healed. And how I manage the fact that I manage my relationship with a body that is still unhealed, according to my interpretation of what healing looks like. Oh, that's whole nother Hump Day Happy Chat interpretations. Imagine that. The demise of my relationship is actually critical to what I have coming next relative to relationships and how I do them, relative to my relationship with my life, relative to the most important relationship I'll ever have, the one I have with myself. 3 pillars of self-mastery: self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-love. Can't have any of those without a relationship with yourself. Stop worrying about that husband, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that whatever, and start focusing on what's going on between you and you. Just saying. So what is all this going on in the compartmentalizing of this question? If my difficulties are setting me up for the magnificence and the beauty that I'm supposed to not just have, but I'm supposed to express as me, as causal nature, to attract through divine laws that which is supposed to be mine anyway. So what if the gestation that I'm looking at, the stuff that's out there that seems not coming to me, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? That's me. That's some of my, I'm letting you see my inner voice when I'm like, what the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. And my higher self is saying, look at that little girl having a tantrum. She's not ready. She's not ready. And I wasn't ready. It's interesting to be able to look at that in hindsight. Now I'm getting better in my maturing soulness. My maturing soul nature goodness, my God self showing up in the highest and best versions, in the deepest connection to my consciousness rising. When I'm really clear, I can notice in the present moment, oh, this feels bad. I wonder what it came to tell me. Oh, that wasn't good. I wonder what I need to learn. And how I can close the gap between the happy times, and here's how. Everything a part of the happy time. To be remembering and expressing into your life that you are causal nature. So if you want more happy, then be more happy. If you want more harmony, then act in harmony with the highest truth of who you are. Get into alignment with your God nature, your divine self. And if that's not a part of your belief system, that's okay. Name it what you need to name it, but be in relationship with it. Create that which sends you soaring into the best aspects of your life. Create it in here. Don't wait for it out there. It will never show up except for little fleeting moments until you make it an anchored aspect of the you that you are being in your life at all times. Juicy, delicious, yabba dabba do. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Allow this to sink in at a deep level. So seeing as faith, being as faith, walking in faith in tween times. How can I keep the faith in the tween times? Well, one way is to not pay attention to tween or not. That's one of my journeys. I'm like, why do I consider this between? Why isn't this just it? It's just the river flowing. It's just the path winding. It's just the mighty oak tree that I am growing, expanding, as the tree of life always does, always and forevermore. So let's remember this. The old day becomes the new day, the dawn breaking, and the darkness is the same from 11:59 to 12:01 a.m. 11:59 p.m., dark, dark, dark. 12:01 a.m., dark, dark, dark. So how do I know the dawn is breaking? I choose to know it. Just like you look at your watch and go, oh, it's 12:01. It's a new day. You do that for you with all of the things in your life. So when it still feels like, good grief, this darkness has been going on for a long time. I'm 6.5 years and counting with the healing of my physical body after the brain hemorrhage. 6.5 years and counting. Never would have thought that. I was ready for it to be over in 3 months. I actually behaved like that. Took its toll, that rushing back to everything after 3 months. Took its toll, emotionally, physically. Woohoo! I would like a mulligan on that. So even when it's pitch black, okay, this is a metaphor, right? Even when it's pitch black, meaning your eyes can't see that your dawn has already broken. Whether that's dealing with an addiction, dealing with a horrible boss, figuring out what's going on with your children. How come I didn't get the scholarship or get into the school that I wanted or get the job I wanted? How come I can't overcome this aspect of myself that is holding me back? And I know it's holding me back. Why can't I stop procrastinating? Why can't I figure out my purpose? What's my plan? What's my path? All of that. When your eyes and your mental cognitive self can't see that the dawn has already broken and I'm still, instead of being still in the darkness, when your eyes aren't telling you that, then make it for yourself. Make it true. Why? Back to universal law. As within, so without. Your world is showing you you. Like attracts like. So my faith and trust and my quote unquote acting as if, ever heard that before? Acting as if it's already happened. I teach an intention circle and we're all about, well, I know when the moment I've asked for it, it's already here. My job is to align with what the conditions are that make it seeable by my human eyes in the third dimension. Got that? Are you breathing? The light is there. Darkness does not change light. Darkness does not bring light. Only light can do that. And I say that to mean when you see darkness in your life, to get out of it, bring light to it. The light is what you're looking for. See with a different ability. See the what is, not the what isn't. See the yes, not the what or the no. Not necessarily easy, but necessary. Double down on I know that I know that I know. This is for me, and it's on its way. It is on its way. In the intention process, we just speak it as though it is here now. And I speak the intention, I am operating in an earth suit, my physical body that is 100%, operating at 100% of its capacity and capability. And then I do the things that might support that. So I see a physical therapist. I drink a lot more water. I don't eat certain things that I think aggravate my body. I take the medication that my neurologist has prescribed. Those are all actions in the light toward the healing that I am determined to receive, experience, and express. Now, when it's taking a long time, my belief is the bigness of the idea. takes more gestation. So miraculous healing may take more gestation. When it's taking longer than you think it should, consider that the blessing is bigger than you've even imagined. And so, of course, it would be inexplicably not here yet, because you can't even imagine the deepness and richness and magnificence and beauty and deliciousness and delight available to you in this blessing that's on its way. Maybe, too, the gestation is you, that maybe you are holding up the blessing. I love it when I discover this and I'm like, duh, I guess I need to learn how to do this better. I need to be this better. I have an opportunity. Myself is calling to me to step through this fear or this pain or this old resentment or this old anger. Step through it, Valerie. Something is beautiful waiting for you. We've orchestrated that for you. Oh, my dear love, come dance on the other side of the darkness. Come play in the light. Bring it with you. Shine your light. Third eye, heart chakra, boom, blast light onto your troubles. Juicy and delicious. So remember, your life is speaking to you. The fact that something's been implanted in you and you know that it is for you. This is my purpose. I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I know it. Why isn't it happening? As soon as you go into the why isn't it happening, woo, arrest yourself. Trust, faith. It's not happening on your timing because there are other things that you can't see, that you don't control, that are a part of the equation of your good, the equation of your joy, the equation of your overcoming, the equation of your busting through, the equation of your problem solving, the equation of your healing, the equation of the romance of your life. Yes, thank you, please. Showing up inexplicably. That equation has some aspects in it that you don't control. It also has some aspects in it that you definitely 100% do control. And so here's what you can do. Keeping faith despite the darkness showing up. Keeping faith despite the darkness still being there, even though it's a new day. The new day has dawned. So get on the overcoming train. Get on the train that has you positive and peaceful. Here's an important word, expectant, believing in the promises of the divine. Don't let the dark fool you. Magnificent things can be happening in the dawning of your new day that still looks dark like the old day. The sun is still rising. We just might not be able to see it over the horizon. So here are a couple things to do. You heard me say it in this Hump Day Happy Chat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It can be really utilitarian because as you deeply breathe, you're excavating, letting leave on the exhale old stale energy, old stale air in your lungs, and it's reminding you to release, surrender that old stale ideology, the old stale belief system, the old stale operation system. Like move on, step into the light. So deep breathing is both a metaphor and a truism. You're oxygenating your brain. Blood in the brain carries oxygen. An oxygenated brain can see things differently, can resolve problems differently. Breathing can help you connect into your heart center, the seat of your soul, where your highest intuition is baking, waiting for you to ask it. So deeply breathe. Quiet yourself down. It stops that parasympathetic nervous system from putting you into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Breathing quiets that system that's automatic. It's a part of your limbic brain. So breathing helps you disconnect from it long enough to go, things aren't that bad. I see some light, even though it's still only 12:01 in my new day dawning. Breathe, breathe. And I have a meditation course. Ah ha ha ha. Silence and meditation. You can PM me and I'll tell you all about it. Number 2, hashtag count your blessings. Hashtag count your blessings. As soon as you go down that slippery slope into it's not happening, nobody loves me, it's not going to work. Been there, done that, didn't help. As soon as you start going down that slippery slope, forgive yourself. It's okay. You didn't do anything bad or wrong. It's sort of natural to wonder when's going to happen. It's sort of natural. It's part of the conditioning. I'm breathing and I'm reminding myself, let's look for what is happening. How about that? Oh, yeah, I climbed this mountain. Oh, yeah, I found this treat. Oh, yeah, I remembered this connection. Oh, yeah, I asked this person for help and they gave me some. Oh, yeah, count your blessings. Multiple times a day, I say. Write it down, read it over and over, sing it from the rooftops, get into a gratitude circle, and spend time in the midst of the darkness that is already gestating into light. Remember to count your blessings. What is here? What is present? What is happening? What is delighting you? What is the surprise of a lifetime right here where it's still dark? Be in that space, that energy of love that is just wanting you to say, oh, I see you. Thank you. I receive all of the magnificence that you have to bring. And remember, sometimes that magnificence is just a hummingbird at your bird feeder when you're sitting on your porch reading a book. Sometimes that magnificence is the quiet that you hear when there's no machine noise happening around you. Sometimes that delight is the first bite of a magnificent meal that you made for yourself with the abundance of food that may be present in your world. And especially stay in faith. So counting your blessings, I count my blessings. So I talk about thank you for unseen blessings already on their way. And I am knowing and believing and trusting that that includes the 100% complete and total healing of my physical body. Don't know what timing that's on. So I keep myself open to what do I need to learn? What is happening for me in this experience that is still, quote unquote, the unhealed or the disabled self? So 1, breathe. 2, go into gratitude. When the going gets tough, get going to gratitude. So count your blessings. Hashtag count your blessings. Number 3, stay in the belief of yes. Stay in the energy of yes. So here's the believe it to see it. It's not seeing is believing. It's believe it to see it. And my yes energy is missing. It's here somewhere because I love it. Stay in the energy of yes, it's all happening. Yes, it's coming to fruition. Yes, I'm in the right place at the right time. Yes, my good is still available to me. Yes, I am loved. Yes, I am supported. Yes, I am seen. Yes, I am heard. Yes, I am acknowledged. Yes, 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 yes yourself all day till you get sick. Stay expectant. That's your deepest level of faith. Remember, as within, so without. A knowingness that what is coming is coming. It's here, ready for you. And lastly, this is a really juicy, fun one. Do things that nurture and expand you. So remember, if there's gestation happening, it's happening on both sides of the equation. That means your big dream may need you to be a different person, a different level of you, a higher consciousness of you, a different understanding, a different belief system. If you want your life to be different, you have to be different in your life. You have to be different in your life. And the only one who makes you different, oh my gosh, it's you. It's you. It's you. You are the cause to the effect you want to see. That doesn't mean you orchestrate the whole thing. I love my angels. I let them do the orchestration. Angels and ancestors, wow, what a job you've done for me. Thank you so much for your orchestration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So nurture and expand yourself so that you are physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared, ready for what is showing up. To be the evolved, expanded self that can accept, open-hearted acceptance, and receive. Receiving is a skill. It's not automatic. And receive your highest good when it shows up. I can't tell you how many times I was not in receiving, didn't know it, thought I was, but I wasn't. Your personal growth is part of the time horizon. So if you're getting impatient for what should be showing up out there, turn inward and say, how can I use this time, this tween time, in faith to see what's my life is calling to from inside me, how my life is showing me the growth path that is for me. That in so doing, this growth path sets me up for my absolute highest good. So that's it. How do we have faith in the tween time? This has been an extra expanded version of the Hump Day Happy Chat. Why? Because I've gotten so many questions on this, and it felt like going a little bit deeper would be something that would serve and support you at the highest levels. And because Spirit was moving, and I don't ever turn Spirit off if I can. So I'm at the place where it feels like the completeness of the message has happened within. And so I'm going to close the Hump Day Happy Chat. Thank you so much for being here with me. I have a request that you would please share this. There are people in your sphere of influence. That's one thing you could ask. Show me the people in my sphere of influence. And we all have influence. Show me the people in my sphere of influence who need some of what I'm getting, and show me how to share it. Show me how to share it. Come play with us in the Bliss Collective private group on Facebook. And if you want to grow in self-mastery and see how well you are doing at that, what tools you have, how you're expanding yourself and your self-mastery so that you can cut your gestation time, join our next self-mastery challenge. Just go to tinyurl.com/self-mastery challenge. Tiny, tinyurl.com/self-mastery challenge. Thank you so much for being in my community. Much love and light coming to you. And I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha, the Karanaya Metta Sutra, that goes like this. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is divinity. You are a spiritual, human, integrated person. Bring your divinity into the realm of the third called Earth and watch the magnificence, miraculous, awesome, delicious nature of your life unfold. And may all beings be free. Yay! That's it for the Hump Day Happy Chat. Thank you so much for your love and blessings. Thank you for being here with me. Many blessings. Bye now.